Can Viktorija convince me or us to invest on REINVEST24? She will have about 10 minutes to pitch the company. And so hello and welcome to another video and exchange on topic P2P. Yeah, so now you have some pressure.
Yes.
As you know, I'm no investor of REINVEST24 so far, but I think it's just one of my principles to listen to opportunities always, yeah, and make my own impression of that. And so I'm really looking forward to this exchange today, and probably we'll have some further exchange in the comments. So I'm also looking forward on your opinion on that. And I also want to mention that this is no investment recommendation, and I'm not sure if I will invest in future in REINVEST24. You might know Viktorija from earlier times. She is very well known in the P2P industry so far. Viktorija is now head of marketing in REINVEST24 and working remote from Tenerife those days, as the pandemic situation is much better here in the sun on the island. I also appreciate that very much to be here. Viktorija, it's a real pleasure to meet you here and hear something exciting about REINVEST24. So Viktorija, the stage is yours. Looking forward, maybe you can introduce yourself,
yeah,
because some of our audience might probably not know you.
Sure.
And then about 10 minutes to pitch REINVEST24.
Sure. First of all, hi Bernhard. Thank you for having me here and for having a conversation with me today. Yeah, so my name is Viktorija and I'm head of marketing at REINVEST24. Actually, yesterday I started to count, and I understand that in March will be 3 years that I'm operating in alternative investments industry. So basically, I saw the early development stage of this investment industry. Then I saw the crisis stage that happened last year and still continues. And also I would say that I grew professionally with this. But today the story is not about me, it's about REINVEST24. But before we start, I would like to say that I'm not trying to convince here anyone, because it's simply either you like or you don't. So, and also about the risk tolerance. So I'm here to provide the facts, statistics, and some performance that we achieved so far. Okay, so first thing first, what is REINVEST24? It's a real estate crowdfunding platform from Estonia, and we are focusing on real estate investments which are backed with collaterals. And normally the loan to value of our properties is between 50% and 70%. And let's go with some numbers. So in May this year we will be 3 years old, so we were funded in 2018. And as of today we have a little bit less than 8,000 investors. We funded 41 projects and exited of 11 of projects. And if we talk about the money that we funded, it's 8,042,000 euros, and as of today we have 0 defaults in our projects. Actually, it doesn't mean that we don't have any issues or troubles with our properties. Sure, we did, but we were able to succeed and exited them successfully. And moving on, what about our investment properties? So we are providing 2 investment types on the platform. It is development projects, rental projects, and real estate backed loans. As per development projects, in this case we find some kind of property which is good or half built in a very good location, or in a location that we see a potential for growth, and then we just buy it, renovate it, and then sell it with a capital growth. Also, we have a rental project. In this case, we find the project that we would like to rent to some reputable tenants, and our investors, what they receive actually the same benefits that they would receive if they would rent it out for themselves or owning those apartments, but without having any headaches that normal landlords have. So we are the ones who are managing those properties, all the issues with the tenants, and so on. So in other words, our investors just takes those sweet cream from this. And the last but not least, this is the real estate backed loans. Actually, this is the latest addition to our platform. We started to offer this kind of loans only last year because of COVID. And yeah, so basically here we finance some developers who are building and developing construction projects. Also, it's very important to mention here that these are not some, developers that were incorporated last week or something like this. So we work only with as of today, we work only with one developer, and this is an internationally very experienced developer with a very impressive track record of implemented projects, which are residential properties and commercial properties, and not like one floor, but really big projects. And yes, let's show you some numbers, because I think last year was very, very important in terms of platform development. As you can see, we expanded our projects to 3 markets: Spain, Moldova, and Latvia. We successfully exited 5 projects. Even in times of COVID, we were able to exit. And in average, we generated to our investors 14.8% in profits. Also, we finally developed and launched our secondary market, the long-awaited feature that we promised for a long time. And unfortunately, it took us much more time than we were expecting at the beginning, but it resulted for us to build and create one of the best secondary markets right now in the industry. And this is not what we say, this is what our investors say. And yes, so I would like to speak more about security and safety. What are those things that REINVEST24 can provide to you, to everyone who is interested? So first of all, we do the full due diligence of our projects. And here I would like to point out that we check everything. We are up to date about everything that happens with our projects. We really try to evaluate those points from very different angles. For example, we try to kind of act proactively to understand what can happen with this property in future. So is this risk okay to take? And also, as I mentioned before, all of our properties are coming with a collateral, and all the documentation can be checked in the project description. As per our development project and rental projects, here we work with SPV, special purpose vehicle companies, that we found only with one purpose: to manage the projects, so they are kind of independent. What does it mean? So it means if in a very unlikely scenario, if something happens with the platform or with the project itself, so the risks are not transferred to all of our projects.
So it's not connected, there is no liability to the other part of the company, okay.
Yes, that's correct. And also we are updating our investors on all the stages, all the processes that happens with our projects, but about this I will talk a little bit later. And also secondary market. So we have a secondary market as well, and as you might know, we are working with the real estate projects, and this is the asset class that has a big long-term maturity date. So of course, when you are investing, you are not able to think what you will do in 3 years' time. And if you need this money, you will be able to sell your claim units to other investors and exit this particular project. And let's talk about transparency as well. Here I would like to draw your attention about our project description, because I would say that our project description is really comprehensive, because we are investing itself in those projects, and we understand what are this information that some retail investor would like to see and require. That's why we try to explain from A to Z how things work. Also the investment case in our description section, here we provide this unique information, why are those reasons why investors should consider investing in this particular project. And also all the documentation is available on the platform, so you can come and check and so on. And why I'm saying this, because I don't want you to just believe me. Never believe me or Bernhard or somebody else. Just go and check, so you know where to check those things. And also last year we started a massive work towards transparency. That's why we decided to implement a couple of updated series, which is quarter property updates, where we share the information and the stages of what happens with our rental projects. Also the videos, our CEO Tunnel, he's going to the projects, he records the video, so investors who are not able to come to Estonia or Moldova and see those projects for themselves, they are able to see what's happening there. And also about development loans, we introduced the Insider Update a series of articles where we share the information about our development loans, because these are not the projects that we are owning, these are the projects that our third party is developing. So it's really important to see up to date and understand what's happening there. And in this kind of articles we are sharing the information such as what was done with your money, and where we are in the process of developing the project, and also share some videos and pictures from the construction works. And sure, there are some things that we still need to improve. For example, I know that some investors have those concerns that we are not, they are not able to see the team in a About Us page. And this is something that we will for sure implement in a very short time, because right now we are kind of experiencing very positive changes in the platform. For example, last week we announced, already 2 weeks when this video will become, so yeah, we announced that we opened a branch in Spain, not in Tenerife unfortunately, but in Valencia, which is not bad at all.
Very excited about that, but
yeah.
You know that, I already wrote it in some comments.
Yes, and also financial statements. This is something that I personally think that we need to provide, and it will be provided. But you know, also this information is available in the registries, so everyone who wants to check it, they can come and see in the registries. Also the segregated accounts. This is the solution that we would like to offer to our investors, just an additional layer of security. And this is one of the reasons why the first time after the founding our platform, for the first time we changed our bank solution, because we would like to implement segregated accounts and some additional tools that would work with a fintech. And this is the final slide, guys.
10 minutes? Yeah, okay.
Final slide. So one more, like a couple of minutes of your attention. And what are those opportunities that you are able to see on REINVEST24? I think that the first point is the most important one, because the people that are working in real estate industry, they understand how extremely difficult it is to find such investment gems as we are offering, because we have projects that are in LTV between 50 and 70%, and we are offering 12% and even 16% interest rate, which is quite interesting projects. And also here you will be able to find 3 different types. So just come, see, check whether it's your type or not yours type. And also here you will be able to invest in 4 markets: Estonia, Latvia, Moldova, and Spain. And actually Moldova is the market that I also would like to focus more, but I think that's the topic for some other...
Maybe another video, yeah. You can put all the questions, sorry for
video.
interrupting, I think the community can put all the questions in the comments, yeah?
Yeah,
and
sure.
We will take care on that and maybe make a Q&A video or something on that if you have, also if you have general questions for Viktorija.
Actually Moldova market is really interesting, because not many people are aware of what happens there, and the things that happens there are really interesting, because right now Moldova is not a part of European Union, but they would like to become one day. And yes, they are 10-15 years behind the Baltic countries, but as of real estate projects and prices for the real estate, they are very, very low. And this is the thing, the time when investors should invest their money in. or consider.
Yep.
Yes, also the Spain. Despite the skeptics from some investors about the Spanish real estate market, this is a very interesting market as well, because yes, it's not a secret that last year it was very hard hit by COVID pandemic, and but this market is big and very established market, and we see here potential because we see that some of the cities, well, of course we are not talking here about Madrid and Barcelona, but some of cities, for example, as Valencia and some small cities around Valencia are very impressive because we don't see an air in the prices there. And yes, the last thing that I would like to say that REINVEST24, this is the place where quality is over quantity. That's why during the 3 years we found only 41 projects, not 441. And this is the place where wise risk management meets right opportunities. I think that's it.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Viktorija. Thank you for your time, and thank you to the viewers for watching. I think then we will finish it here.
Yeah.
And continue in the comments. Did she convince you? I think I will listen to this again because it was so much information right now.
Yeah,
I will
sure.
also watch my own video again and do, of course, more research. So, made no decision right now, to be honest. You know that I'm excited about the Spanish project, and especially because it's also interesting for me that it is a very different approach than other platforms, and that probably I could learn by that when I follow up the stages, because I'm very interested in real estate. I'm not invested right now directly in real estate in general, so it would be interesting also for learning if you have some skin in the game, but somebody else takes care.
Yes, for example, sorry for interrupting you, for example, this Cherevia project that we are currently funding on REINVEST24, it will be similar project to our Mayaka project where we had 5 apartments, and the project that we successfully exited last year. And actually in our blog article sections you will be able to read more about Mayaka, what we did, what was the challenges with this property, and learn more about what is expected to happen with Cherevia as well. Okay, so now it's always so exciting for me. Right. Really, that's just the truth. It's so exciting for me to talk about investments in general, right? Like we did also the last days already. So it's a real pleasure. Me too. Okay, so maybe also for the like-minded people, hopefully. And let's finish right now. So I will put all the links in the description. Really looking forward further exchange in the comments. Thank you for watching, and goodbye from the wonderful island Tenerife. Goodbye.